should have been already installed Visual Studio Code and the necessary compilers on your computer. And your computer here is what we refer to as your local computer. So this is probably your laptop at home or your personal computer at home. What we will be doing this semester is that we will be submitting our programs through the ECF computers that are there on campus, but definitely you would like to work at home and somehow connect to the ECF computers when you want to work or submit your code there. So there are two ways to submit or connect yourself to ECF computers. We're going to discuss the manual way and more of an automatic, more convenient way. The manual way is what we're discussing here. You have to look for the terminal window that we've used before. So here in search, I'll be typing in UCRT64, this is it. Once it's open, we need to install a particular command that allows us to do this remote connection from our computer to the remote computers. So to do so, we need to install it using pacman dash uppercase S openssh, and then we select yes. Once the installation of the SSH command is there, we can now start connecting to ECF computers. And this is by writing SSH. You do have username. It probably starts with your user ID. Mine is Imarasal. And then it has to be at remote.ecf.utoronto.ca. The spelling has to be correct. The amount of spaces this space has to be there. SSH has to be there. Everything in the command has to be exactly as this, except for instead of Marasal, it's your own user ID. You definitely have a password. And then it will be asking you for, this is, if it's your first time connecting, it's going to ask you to continue, and you're going to say yes. Then here it's going to ask you for your password. As you write your password, it's not going to show anything on the screen. You just immediately write your password here. Once you write your password and you press on enter, you should be logged in, and it's going to show you here when was the last time that you logged in. Mine was just a few minutes ago through another computer. And basically this shows here that you have logged in. But what can we do? What opportunities do we have to do things? Before getting into details, let me first give an overview about the UNIX systems. And this is a document that you have already in your in lab 1. So this explains that the folders or directories are being stored in this hierarchical system, where the first mother directory or folder that we have is the root directory that starts with just a slash, and underneath there are multiple directories. We have here the U, where the folders of each user is stored. It could have multiple groups, so there could be a group for professors, there could be a group for staff, or a group for other things. In my case, my personal directory is stored under U, which has another one under prof, and then the directory of myself and other professors along with me in this directory. So when I logged in immediately into where my personal directory is, and if basically I go here and I try to know where exactly am I, which is what they call as the working directory, so the current directory is the working directory, I need to say pwd. So wd is short for working directory. And once I click there, I can see the entire path that gets me from the root directory to my current directory. P here is for path, WD is for working directory. So my current working directory, the path of my current working directory is this one. Interesting. So I want to know here, since I'm here, what exists, what kind of folders or things exist in this directory. I can list them by typing in ls. ls will list all the directories that I have. I have one from APS 105 last semester. Let's say I want to create a new one for this semester for ECE 244. So I will make one. So it is through a command called make directory. It is mk, short for make, and then directory dir, and then a space, and then I will write the name of the directory that I want to create, which is ECE 244, and then I'll press enter. It doesn't tell you anything if it's successful. If I would want to know if it was created, I can just press or run the command ls again to list the directories that I have, and ECE 244 is one of them. Let's say I want to know what is there in ECE 244. It should be empty. But if, let's say, I want to go and change my current directory into ECE 244, I need to run a command that starts with cd, and this is short for change directory. I want to change my current directory from this one to add onto it ECE 244. If I'm just adding onto it ECE 244, I just need to write the name of the directory that I want to go to, which is ECE 244, and that's it. If I want to make sure that I went there, of course it shows here, but also if you just type in again pwd, you will be able to see it. What do I have in there? I can list and see. There is nothing. I can create files there, so I can create another directory, let's say for lab 1. If I list, I can see it there, which path I'm in. I'm still in ECE 244, and I can see that I created only one file, that is lab 1. One directory, that is lab 1. Okay, let's say I want to go back, or let's say I want to go again into lab 1. I could do that using cd lab 1, and I can see that I successfully went in there. Let's say I want to go back, maybe back to ECE 244, which is one step back. There are multiple ways, but again, they all start with cd, which means change directory. The first is that we can just have a relative path. So from the current path, I just want to go back one step. To go one step back, all what I have to do is just have 2 dots here and press enter. This gets me back to ECE 244. So you can see here that I went back to ECE 244. Okay, let's say I want to go back 2 steps. I'm again here in lab 1. I can say cd ... / another ... This means that I'm going back 2 steps. And this gets me to ECE 244 and again to MRSL, 2 steps back. So looking at my current directory, I can see my home directory here. Another way, if I'm in ECE 244, if I want to go back to my home directory, regardless of where am I can just go ahead and type in the tilde after cd, and this tilde is basically just short for home. So if I want to go back to my home directory, I could just type in cd and then tilde. That will get me to my home directory. I'm checking using pwd. Finally, the other way is what we say as putting in your absolute path. So let's say I want to directly go into lab 1, regardless of where am I. So I can type in cd and write the entire path that I want. So for example, I want to go to this path. I can copy it. Whoops. Oh, so another thing is that if I go up, I just go back to previous commands that I wrote. And currently I'm in my home directory. Let's say I want to go to ECE 244 and then lab 1, an additional step. I'm writing my absolute path here. If I press on enter, then this directly took me to lab 1. So if I type in pwd, I can see the path that I'm in, which is the path that I just wrote here, which is the absolute path. It doesn't matter from where do you start, it's the absolute one. Okay, so this was a short video on some essential commands. In the next video, we will discuss how do we connect to ECF computers through Visual Studio Code, which is the method that you will be using to submit your labs throughout the term.